Hi, I'm Deb Dedrick, certified high performance coach, new money story mentor, team Beachbody coach, and your expert guide to leading a happy life. And this is my co-host, Nana.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you so much for stopping by today for tip number 20, episode number 20.
Can't believe it.
On how to feel confident in new situations.
Oh, that's a little different.
Well, I think something that we can all use some work in because most of us are not confident in new situations. Except you. I mean, I've never seen you not confident. Oh, except what we're going to do is go through a series of steps that if you begin to utilize these, you'll be able to go into a lot more challenging situations without that feeling that trepidation, that worry.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what would you do? Let's frame this for you. What would be a challenging situation? Something that you are not familiar with and something that you typically don't do that gives you that worry, like where you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Which I just did this, so it worked for me, and I know it will work for you. I had to go and sit in front of a lot of people I didn't know, and I had to talk.
Oh my goodness.
And I was nervous. And so the night before, I think tip number 1 would be get plenty of rest.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And if you can't rest because you can't shut your mind off.
True.
You have nights like that?
Oh, yes.
Those are horrible, but you can't shut your mind off. Practice meditation. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can go out on YouTube and find all kinds of walkthroughs. I use Ajahn Brahm. It's a Buddhist monk, and it's a walkthrough meditation where you kind of learn to quiet those thoughts racing around in your mind. What about you, Nana? What would you try?
Oh, well, of course, there again with me, I should say the rosary. And that seems to settle me down and give me comfort.
Well, that's another tip. I've tried the rosary, but I don't know the rosary as well as you do. So I would have to think to do that. For you can do it without thinking. And the whole point of trying to relax and get to rest, I know it works for Nana, that works for her, and meditation works for me. If you can't sleep, just relax.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, prepare yourself ahead of time. Competence equals confidence. If you don't feel like you know what you're going to do, you're going to be nervous and you're not going to feel confident. And when you don't feel confident, you're going to get tongue-tied. And if you get tongue-tied, then you get worse.
Yeah.
Ever been there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible when you just lose your train of thought and people are staring at you and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I put myself here. So in order to not put yourself there, preparation ahead of time and also arriving plenty
Early. Oh, that's a good example. That is, yes.
Map out where you're going on your phone the night before. Lay out what you're wearing the night before. Everything that you can do before your event or before your new situation, it eases the pressure on you. Does that make sense?
Of course it does. Especially if you're younger, too. Definitely.
Or if you're going into a new situation. Another thing is always eat before you go. And don't drink a lot of fluids so you won't be sitting there having to go to the bathroom.
That's true. Yes, that is true.
That might be TMI for you people, but that's okay. It works. I mean, how many times I have been sitting in a room full of people or on an airplane. I do not like having to get up and go to the ladies' room in front of everybody. It's like all these eyes are on you.
That's true.
So if you could just learn to tell yourself, okay, I'm not drinking before I go. And that I did that yesterday and it worked beautifully. I felt completely, I didn't have to go to the ladies' room and I did not have to feel stressed about losing my train of thought because I wasn't hungry. Mm-hmm. I kind of fueled my body, so my mind was operating on high. What about you, Nana? Any tips on there?
Not really. My tip is, I suppose, with eating is an exact reverse. Going to bed at night as old as I am anymore, and I know you don't want me to say that. I can't eat late at night.
So why did you say it? I just told you not to say it. You say it I'm just teasing you.
But I can't eat anymore. Years ago, I could eat at 1 o'clock in the morning and go to bed and sleep all night.
Well, that makes sense.
Not anymore.
So what you're saying, don't eat before you go to sleep.
Exactly.
A lot, because that might keep you up.
Yes.
Okay. that does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So tip number 4, visualize ahead of time what success is going to look like for you and what you're going to do. Kind of role play it in your mind.
True.
So you're not walking into the situation cold.
That makes sense.
Well, if you can visualize it and begin to be comfortable in it, it makes it a lot easier to step right into it. Instead of just walking into a situation without any preparation ahead of time, without seeing what you're going to look like, how it's going to feel to you. So visualization in your mind's eye ahead of time will go a long way to helping you be a success. Number 5. This is kind of one that I did yesterday. It's called using triggers to set you back into a relaxed state of mind. My coach taught me this, and I teach it to all my coaching clients. And what's that look like? Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put these 2 fingers together.
Okay.
And I'm going to think I am relaxed and calm in all situations. I am relaxed and calm in all situations. So if you're sitting there getting ready to do a presentation and you feel overwhelmed coming to you, you just do that. Put your hands together. I am relaxed and calm in all situations. And you can kind of shift yourself into that comfortable, confident feeling.
I've never heard of that before, but hey, that sounds like a good one, you know?
You think so?
Yes.
Well,
it works for you.
It works.
Well,
and
then
I
that's
did
all that
not
matters.
think that up myself.
Okay.
So going back over what we talked about, in order for you to be confident in new situations, and I highly encourage you to throw yourself out there into the world and put yourself in new situations. That is what makes life interesting. Any new situations come up for you lately?
Not really.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about your new car.
Oh. Well, we did have a little accident.
Keep it short.
We did have a little accident and totaled our car, and then we found one exactly way down in Muncie, and my son, he went down and brought it back.
Something new. You had to get used to a new car.
Oh, yes, well.
And you didn't want to.
No, I didn't. It felt like I was in a hole with all these bells and whistles. I didn't know where I was going.
But you're happy now?
I'm very happy.
Are you comfortable in the car?
Oh, my goodness, I love it.
Are you thrilled that you did it?
Thrilled.
So there
that I
you
did
go.
it.
A new
Thrilled.
situation. She
Yes.
wasn't comfortable doing it. She didn't want a new car, but she got one and she stepped into it, and now she loves it.
I just love it.
So that's awesome. So it doesn't matter what age group you're in.
No, it doesn't.
You need to step into new situations. It's making life more interesting. So back over, get plenty of rest the night before.
Yes.
What are you going to do if you can't sleep?
Well, I said the rosary, but
I'm going to meditate. You're going to do whatever it is that works for you to quiet your mind down so you can relax. Be prepared ahead of time. Competence equals confidence.
Yes.
Eat before you go to your event, and don't drink too much so you're not rushing to the ladies' room or feeling uncomfortable. Visualize ahead of time what success looks like for you. Use triggers to calm yourself and set the mood so you feel comfortable in the situation. And if you feel stress coming over you, especially for those of you who get turning red. Okay, that is something I have struggled with my whole life.
Oh.
When I get nervous, I start turning all shades of red. And then I know I'm turning red, so then I turn redder, and then I can't concentrate.
I never have it.
I don't have to struggle with that anymore because I've learned not to put myself in a situation where I feel embarrassed because I prepared ahead of time.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
And so I hope these tips help you. Thank you so much for coming by today and listening to tip number 20, episode number 20. Right on. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you,
It's
everybody.
our mission in life as your expert guides to leading a happy life to give you tips and tools and tactics that you can use in your life so you can have a happy life too.
True.
So go out in the world and be a positive influence and role model. And until we see you again,